Hi, my name is Elisabeth Moss. I am a singer-songwriter from Indianapolis. And yeah, I've been performing like acoustic pop, folk pop music and indie for a couple years now. And it's been fun.
The curtains closing, the lights turn way down low, the credits rolling. Silent signals, time to go. Here come the butterflies. I feel them take over again, so I'll wait for sunrise.
Find me on Instagram at LizMMusic, at Facebook at Elisabeth Moss Music, and on Spotify and Bandcamp just under Elisabeth Moss with an S, not AZ. When I first fell in love with listening to music was in 5th grade, I believe. Until that point, like the only music I really listened to was on the radio, or, you know, at that age in elementary school, you just listen to what your friends listen to. So I was like, whatever my best friend liked, I liked. I guess my first entrance into the world of music, at least the music I like, was usually through entertainment. Like I was a big, and still am a big, like nerd. So I think it was The Perks of Being a Wallflower trailer. And they played the song It's Time by Imagine Dragons. And Imagine Dragons get some crap, but I love Imagine Dragons. And that was the first song. I was like, oh, I really like this. So I went and looked them up and then listened to like all their music. And it was around the same time that I heard Coldplay on this YouTube video that was promoting the TV show Teen Wolf, which I was really into at the time. And it was their song Paradise. And I was like, oh wow, this is nice too. And then both those artists were kind of the first big artists I listened to. And they kind of showed me like there's more to music than just, you know, what's on the radio. And granted, they were still on the radio, but yeah, and they kind of introduced me to a lot of other alternative artists. And then like indie folk artists. I started listening to a lot of Bon Iver and like the Lumineers and Daughter and artists like that. And I just really loved how they told stories with their songs and brought the listener into the experience. Also, like Ed Sheeran was probably the first artist that I listened to that made me want to write songs, because he crafted such personal stories and he said things. He talked about familiar concepts, but in a way that was interesting, like using phrases that not many other people had used. And that's kind of what catapulted me into songwriting, because I just wanted to make people feel something or like relate to something in their past through lyrics and through songs, kind of like those artists always had done to me.
Hear the words on the radio, see my breath fog up the window as the moon glows. It's a firefly kind of night. The stars glitter as we roll 60 down on dirt roads.
Yeah, I was about in 8th grade when I got my first guitar. I got it given to me by a family member, which was nice. And then I started writing songs a couple years later, and that's when I began playing shows. And I didn't like playing shows at first because I was so nervous, and I just didn't like being the center of attention. And I still don't really, but I do like playing shows more now just because I'm a little more relaxed than I was back then. But yeah, I started with open mics in 2018, and I had a lot of fun doing them after I performed, just like getting to know the other people. I think all of that wouldn't have happened if I didn't, you know, first listen to those artists like Coldplay and Ed Sheeran. And yeah, that's kind of how I started loving music.
It'll all work out, 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 it'll all work out for you.
Well, I did just release a single on August 14th that you can find on all streaming platforms. It's called It'll All Work Out. And then I have an EP that I'll be releasing in the fall, like late September I'm shooting for. So yeah, go check that out, and thanks for listening.
Biggest fear is my heart will lose me, and I'm bound to run into problems. I know it seems rain clouds breed monochrome rainbows my way. The future's got red eyes that'll